All right, crew. Welcome to Control Alt Elite, the daily briefing for IT professionals who still believe in accountability, competence, and earning your place. This is where you sharpen your edge, upgrade your skills, and build the discipline every real operator needs to survive in this industry. Because IT isn't theory, it isn't politics, and it isn't about feelings. It's about uptime, reliability, and results. Here, we don't complain, we troubleshoot, we don't blame, we diagnose. We don't hide behind HR slogans. We take ownership and fix what's broken. While the corporate while the corporate world gets softer, louder, and more fragile, we get sharper, quieter, and more effective. If you're tired of being treated like a ticket taking robot, if you're done watching people who can't reboot a router get promoted before you, if you want to turn your skill set into real leverage and real respect, welcome home. Because you're not just another tech in the queue. You're part of this crew, the operators who keep systems running when everyone else is panicking. So let's lock in, crew. This is where you upgrade your mindset. This is where you level up your career. And this is where you become undeniable. Now, tonight we're going to be taking the same mindset, that the operator mindset, and shifting into something bigger than IT. Because whether you're managing a server room or a building or building a creator brand, discipline is discipline. Momentum is momentum. And December is where most people lose both. Let me tell you what sparked this episode. Yesterday, I was walking into my usual Timmy's. Nothing fancy, nothing dramatic, just one of those quiet December mornings where everything felt like it was slowing down. And behind me, two guys were just starting to talk. One of them saying loud enough so half the people in Tim's could hear. Dude, it's December. Nobody's doing anything. I'll pick it up in the new year. And crew, I'll be real with you. For a split second, I mean a tiny fleeting half second, I felt that old December voice creeping in. You know, that voice that creeps in and says, John, slow down. Everyone else is slowing down. You can chill out too. But that voice reminded me of a December a few years back when I was working at the hospital. The December where I actually listened to that nonsense. The December where I said, yeah, I worked hard this year. I earned a break. Screw it. I'll get serious in January. It's the holidays. Who cares, right? And you know what happened? January came. I wasn't refreshed. I was rusty. I wasn't energized. I was unprepared. And momentum completely and utterly gonzo. It didn't pause. I just threw it away. That month felt like trying to sprint uphill while dragging a boulder behind me. And that's when I learned something I'll never forget. December isn't a break. December is a transition. And how you transition determines who the hell you become in January. So tonight, I want to break down why December is secretly the biggest competitive advantage you have and why most creators they mess it up. Let's start with the obvious. Most creators disappear in December. They post less, they plan less, they stop learning, they stop improving, and they just coast. And they call it rest. But really, It's just a drift. In the creator space, if you do this, you can normally tell in the future that they took a break. In your case, if you take a break on your project, you're going to have to work triple hard, doubly hard come January. You're going to be scrambling where you could be just coasting while everybody else is scrambling on their projects. This is why you should never coast in December. Just make sure that it's nice and tightly packed. You're going to want to have that feel because the workload will be less. I get it. We're coming up right now into a busy phase for this week and probably next week, maybe. But the following week will be like the third week in December is going to be slow. The last week in December is going to be dead. And people are going to be wanting to just zone out. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what you should do. You should just keep trucking through on your projects. And you'll see in January, when everybody else is scrambling, you will be just sitting back in your chair, laughing at them. And this leads us to the second point. Momentum is a skill. It's not motivation. You don't keep momentum by wanting it. You keep momentum by moving. It's in the name. It's in the definition of momentum. Give you the proper definition from Webster's. I'll give you the proper definition from Webster's of momentum. Momentum. Let's go. A property of a moving body that the body has by virtue of its mass and motion and is equal, and that is equal to the product of the body's mass and velocity. A property, or broadly, a property of a moving body that determines the length of time required to bring it to rest. No, that's something else. So it says in its name for it to keep moving. That is momentum. And all you need is just a little, not a lot of momentum, even in January. In Podcasters Business Insider, in next week, no, the week after, December 16th, we have an episode coming up with Alan Lazaros from Next Level University. And we talk about momentum, trying to get 0.1% 0.1% better every single day, 365 a day. Listen, go to Podcasters Business Insider, listen to the episode when it comes out, and you'll see what the importance is. So while everybody else is slowing down, you are staying the course, which will end up leading you further ahead. 3, the third thing, what are we doing here? Oh, yeah, the third thing that we have to keep careful of here. December is the cheapest month for attention. This is on the creator side. While on the creator side, this is also important on the corporate side. Engagement drops. The audience stays serious. Who's your audience? As an IT person, your customers, your managers, your supervisors. Your competition declines. Who's your competition? Colleagues. Creators disappear. Creators? Colleagues. And the biggest thing, your identity is shaped in the quiet months. If you want to stand out to your managers, to your supervisors, to your customers, keep the momentum going. Anyone and everyone grinds through January. Anyone and everyone can grind in September. But in December, when the world checks out, that's when rebels, operators, and winners build separation. All right, so let's get into some of the news articles for today. And enough of me rambling on and doing all this fun stuff and yippee-ki-yay kind of stuff. First article comes to us from TechCrunch. The article's headline is Google tests merging AI overviews with AI mode. So let me translate what this really means. Google is slowly shifting from being a search engine to being an answer engine. Search used to be like, here are 10 blue links, pick one. Now, Google wants to give you the final answer instantly. So, here's why this matters. If you're relying on answers for, let's say, a problem, it used to be here's 250 pages of answers. Google will now find the answer for you. On the flip side, let me give you another example. On the creator side, if you're relying on cheap SEO tricks, keyword stuffing or hacky ranking methods, this is the beginning of the end. But if you're a rebel creator who teaches from real experience, you're going to be able to stand out even more than ever. How? This shift kills surface level content and rewards creator with real insights. Operators win, copycats lose. If Google merges these systems fully, the algorithm won't care how many posts you make. It'll care how useful you actually are. This is from the creator side. If you're looking at the consumer side, this is basically what it's saying, is that it's going to be a lot easier for you to find answers online for the issues that you're having, with the problem that you're trying to solve. Now, let's tie this in with tonight's theme. When Google tightens the standards, December drifters get left behind. But the disciplined people who sharpen their voice, they become the source AI wants to learn from. So, article number 2 comes also from TechCrunch. StrictlyVC, Palo Alto will break down the next decade of deep tech. All right, so let's talk about this. Deep tech, AI infrastructure, robotics, biotech, quantum, automation. This isn't some distant future thing anymore. Creators who don't understand it early, they become interpreters of the future. Educational content is now about to explode in 2026. The world needs people who can explain complicated topics simply, clearly, and humanly. Creators who understand deep tech will own the next wave of the audience growth. Operators thrive here because they think in systems, not emotions. And deep tech is all systems. This is why December discipline matters, because technology isn't going to slow down just because you want it to, just because you think it's December. Oh, I'm going to take a break. Oh, I'm not going to do anything this month because I worked so hard. I deserve a break. But I took a 3 week vacation in the summertime, but I'm still tired. Oh no, it's dark outside. It's 5 o'clock and it's pitch dark. It looks like it's 9 o'clock at night. AI doesn't care. Computers don't care. And we all know that. Computers don't care. It's just a number on the screen. That's all it is. And tech definitely doesn't slow down. So we cannot afford to slow down. Momentum is identity, not mood. In today's Rebel Daily Bite, today's daily, I can't talk. It's been a long day, boys and girls, long day. Today's Rebel Daily Bite wasn't just a motivational thing. It was actually a warning, because most people drift in December. They loosen up, they get casual, they let small slips become big setbacks. But operators, rebels, people who want to build something real, we treat December like a transition, not a vacation. Replace the urge to chill with one intentional action. This could be saying yes to a project in January or in the Q1. This could be saying yes to taking on one extra role at work. Saying yes to saying no is actually sometimes saying yes to too many things being put on your plate. And just talk to your boss about it. Say yes to one monthly meeting with your boss to see, where can I improve? What can I do? How can I move forward? What are you looking for me to be promoted? Nobody, not a lot of operators ask that very important question. What are you looking for to get me promoted to the next level? I asked that of my boss. And I was getting 1% better every single day. Did I get promoted? No, I got passed by. They did an outside hire. That pissed me off. That really pissed me off. But whatever. I'm not at the hospital anymore, so I don't care. Momentum is built in the micro, not the massive. We talk a lot about that at Podcasters Business Insider. It's the micro that matters, not the macro. All right, crew, your turn. Drop one in the chat. Come on, drop it in the chat. What's one intentional action you're taking on tonight? Not in January, tonight. Put them in there, and on my next live, I'll read them out. I don't care. I'll read them out. You know, it's how we're going to be rolling. Crew, if you want to lock in momentum for January, here are your next 2 steps. Here's your next step. Join the Rebel Intel newsletter. It's a weekly tactical advantage where we go deeper into strategy, stories, and systems. You don't coast through December, crew. You build through it, because operators don't drift. They sharpen. Stay sharp, stay moving. Long live the rebellion, and long live the crew.